UCLA Anderson School is extremely globalised in terms of the partnerships with universities around the world, the international electives, and of course the fully employed MBA program's own Global Access program.
The GAP program is their major project for the year, and the students work for 6 months with a company outside of the U.S. that is looking to do something strategically.
Ultimately, they're going to write a business plan that addresses this action that the company is trying to determine.
We talked to 150 primary research interviewees and talked to real executives.
Some of them are, New Zealand, Australia, Finland, Chile, Spain, Italy. We go all over the place.
My name is Alfonso Hidalgo, and I'm representing Infinitec Activos. It's a company based in Barcelona, Spain, and what we are doing is designing, developing and producing active ingredients for the cosmetic industry. They've been here for 6 months visiting customers, visiting the main events of the industry in the States. I would say that right now they know more than ourselves of the cosmetic industry.
It's a virtual company that is set up to build a business plan, and from my perspective as a CEO, it will give me very different perspective on what we're doing, because as a CEO I'm bound to stay in the business and without having the opportunity to really see things from outside.
New Zealand's been participating in the UCLA Anderson GAP program for around 7 years now, and over that time probably around 50 New Zealand companies have been able to work with student project teams.
We wanted to get the students to the point where they had the same information that we had, but without any prejudice or baggage that we might put with it. So we had to strip ourselves bare in a way, go back down, do all of that analysis that you put off as a small company. We gave all that information to the team, and they have just run with it.
You start in June with zero knowledge, and by December you're an expert in polycarbonate plastic sheets.
The GAP program requires you to have a fairly solid understanding of different types of technologies in the high-tech sector from across the world. Being able to talk about mobile devices or new advances in biometric security, that understanding all came through the GAP program.
My GAP experience was great. It was exciting, challenging, inspiring, because that was the first time I was in the shoes of executive. To think like an executive, to dream like an executive, to breathe like an executive.
The companies work with the students at the outset to really identify the scope of the work of the project, so it's going to be extremely valuable to the companies at the end of the day, and hopefully they'll implement a number of the recommendations that the students propose.
The GAP company I worked with, it was a Chilean company that does outsourcing for banks. And they wanted an international strategy. Through our discussions with them initially, we ended up agreeing to look at the Mexican banking industry to see if that was a viable market for them to enter.
Most of these international companies are trying to come to the United States. They really don't understand the dynamics of the market, and they really need some independent research, we call it primary research, to really give them the facts to back up a big decision, a big financial commitment to come to the United States.
FEMBA students, so many of them are international and bring an international perspective. They're often multilingual, multicultural, bring in a range of experience that they have. They're not just students right out of school, they're students who have had meaningful management positions.
When you look at their profile, they're already employees of existing companies that are in the same industries as us. So a lot of the information that they already had, quite valuable for us.
When you unleash 5 MBA for 6 months to investigate the industry with a big emphasis on primary research, you come away with a superb product.
They've set themselves extremely high standards and attained every single one of them, and that's good because it pushes us as a company to attain those really high standards as well. The team has been professional beyond anything that I expected. Intellectual heavyweights, very commercial, very astute, and just with this real passion for our business.
We didn't expect this to be as good as it turned out to be, and the guys really exceeded our expectations in some aspects.
The GAP program impacts businesses this way. We have students who do primary research and a lot of analysis to see where the opportunity lies. Some very careful guidance from the faculty with a lot of experience in this area. And then on the presentation date, a very good interaction with judges on the panel, people experienced in venture capital. So between the three parties, we see the teasing out of the opportunity and a better evaluation of where that company may go in the market.
They did identify the obstacles in this market, and definitely with these tools, it would make our lives easier to penetrate into this market.
We're going to take advantage of it. I mean, we have already a business plan is going to be sent next week to venture capital companies. They're waiting for them. I feel that for us it's been, a very successful program.
I think they were able to achieve, to get a lot of information through doing a lot of interviews throughout the companies worldwide, pretty much. So I think they were quite valuable for us.
Such a strong program, such a great reputation. The quality of the students, of the faculty, just the program in general, it's exceeded my expectations. I've really been impressed.
After the Gap, I maintained a relationship with the Gap company. They hired me as a part-time consultant, and after I delivered a business plan for the China entry strategy, the board of directors decided to hire me as a vice president of their China operation.
GAP is a tremendous program, and I think it really adds to the ranking that the Anderson School has. And I think the school really distinguishes itself by having real companies that pay real money to do this.
This is something that I would really strongly recommend to some of our colleagues in Spain.
For the minimal financial commitment that the companies make to this, they're getting 10x benefit for the decision.
Being a company in Korea, we don't have presence in the US, and we're very satisfied with the results that we have received.
Los Angeles is one of the most dynamic entrepreneurial cities on earth, and literally this GAP program is becoming a meeting ground for a number of people in the community who are involved with emerging growth companies to exchange ideas, because it's not only a chance to see students and their new ideas, but a chance to see other companies, especially international companies, interested in America.
This level of internationalization of what we're doing and how that affects parts of the world that many people don't even know where they are is also very important.
I think anybody that really wants to take advantage of the commitment and the cost, time and money they're going to put into this, why not go to the best program in the country?